you're not supposed to have cookies before dinner, though.
Before salmon.
So, Verena says you
Verena
can.
says you can. Verena says you can.
It's just the starter.
This is just to make you jealous of where we are, right? Like in the test kitchen. Hi guys, today we're cooking salmon with sumac and za'atar crust swimming in tahini sauce. It's a really quick and easy dish to make. And to see this recipe and more recipes, please subscribe to our OTK Ottolenghi Test Kitchen channel and the Food52 channel, where there's tons more recipes like it. Shall we start?
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm just going to season the fish with some salt all over, and then some pepper.
I guess if you don't like salmon, we could use like cod or other like white fish that you do like.
Yeah, I think this would work with most fish, and I think it's clear that you could use other protein. You can use meat, but you can also use vegetables.
Yeah.
So this could work really, really well with cauliflower.
Cauliflower would be so
cauliflower
good.
and tahini is just such a great thing. So I'm just mixing the sumac with the za'atar. So the za'atar is a herb which is dried and turned into a powder that it is also called za'atar. And normally it has sumac in it, but we've added extra sumac, right? So there's a bit more acidity, which is really nice for this fish to get that extra acidity. So it's za'atar with an extra boost of sumac. And I'm just going to create a little crust by spreading that evenly over the fish.
I think the oh my god I don't have moment here would be if you don't have za'atar or sumac. The cool thing is that you can kind of get creative and do different crusts on fish. Any other dried herbs you have, oregano and whatever spice, like maybe some crushed up cumin seeds.
Yeah, and if you have nice breadcrumbs, you can do breadcrumbs that's flavored with spices and dried herbs, which is also going to be really nice.
Or some nuts, pistachios, and that'd be really nice and green on top of the pink salmon.
Yeah,
which is great.
So you want your za'atar, right? You want to get za'atar, but in case you don't get za'atar, which is not all you can't always get, then make your own crusts really with things that you love.
Exactly.
So you kind of just want to make sure that all the fish on one side is nicely coated, because that looks great, but it also obviously tastes really good.
Amazing. Meanwhile, I preheated my cast iron skillet on a medium-high heat. It's quite hot now. I've added some oil. So I'm just going to put the spinach straight into it. I'm also going to season it with a bit of salt. And some pepper. And as you can see, it wilted down really quickly. I'm only really going to cook it for another 30 seconds to a minute or so.
It's the magic of spinach, isn't it?
That's what's so great. That's it. I'm going to take it off the heat now.
And now we're going to put the fish straight on the spinach.
There we go. And now I'm just gonna stick it in the oven for 5 minutes.
So the fish is in the oven, and we don't have that much time because it cooks really quickly. So shall we do a quick tahini sauce?
Absolutely.
Tahini again, right? Like we can't get enough tahini. So
we really can't. We just want to show you all the different ways that you can use it.
All the different ways. So I've got some crushed garlic here, a pinch of salt, and then the water. Gonna add some and start mixing it up.
And then we're gonna add what's on your t-shirt.
John Lemon.
John Lemon.
If you're gonna make tahini sauce, you want to have lemon juice there, definitely.
Yeah.
So we're looking at about 1.5 or 2 tablespoons of lemon juice.
Yeah, I think it could easily take 2 tablespoons, and then we can put some more on top of the salmon.
Put more on top.
Yeah.
You can't overdo it with the lemon juice, right?
And
then it's just kind of as we've done before with tahini, it always
seizes up.
It seizes up and it makes you feel like a little bit insecure, right? Like, what have I done wrong? But actually it finds, then it turns all nice and creamy, which is what it's doing here.
And for this tahini, we want it to be a bit looser than a tahini dip because it kind of thickens as it cooks. So this tahini sauce, we probably add a bit more water in to make it a bit more like almost maple syrup consistency.
So I'm just adding a bit more water. So we're adding it in a couple of additions to make sure it's not too runny. And the more you cook with tahini, then better you'll know it, because it's really, it's a magical thing, and it really reacts to liquid. Can turn thick and thin quite easily. So you just want to cook with tahini all the time.
Yes.
This is a good running
texture,
texture, right?
Perfect texture.
And in my house, my husband Carl and I, when we serve dinner to the kids, often we have this moment where we're playing restaurant and they're getting crudités. So it's like chopped up vegetables, radishes, cucumbers, celery, and then they get a tahini at the center of the table, and everybody dips their.
That's a great way to get your kids to eat vegetables.
Yeah,
that's so smart.
And kids love tahini, so that's kind of our serious restaurant moment at home. Oh yeah. Looks good, right? So you can see that the salmon is starting to cook, but when you touch it, there's still raw in the middle, and it's time for the tahini. Do you want to do the honors?
I do.
That is so nice. It's like I feel like it's like double cream.
Yeah, it is kind of like, because it's so rich.
Or rich cream.
You want to make sure not to get the top of the salmon, and this is just for like aesthetic purposes, really.
Yeah.
Because you just kind of want it to kind of sit in there.
And should I put
there
it
we
in?
go.
Back
yeah,
in?
Put it back in the oven.
Back to tahini. And
so back to tahini.
We've got the salmon there, but what else would we do? So kofta kebabs.
Yeah.
And I think if you roast cauliflower wedges and toss them in tahini, it's one of the most delicious things to have.
Delicious.
And you can do it like this, but you can also turn it into something a bit more salady with like a tahini sauce, roasted or fried cauliflower. It's one of the best things in the world. Lots of garlic, lots of lemon juice.
And what would you eat alongside this?
Alongside this?
For me, I would say bread because I want to mop up all the tahini. But I guess you could also do like a salad, some rice,
and maybe like potato.
Potatoes would be nice. Or like roasted crispy. Yeah, that would be really good.
Really nice. So even like not a creamy gratin, but like a stock-based gratin.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You take a bit of that and you dip that into the tahini sauce.
Or then you put the potato and the tahini and the salmon in bread.
In bread.
Double carb.
Yeah, that's a bit too much now.
All right.
Noor.
I know.
Oh, Noor.
Is it ready?
It is lovely and bubbling.
Oh my god.
Just like
so good. Doesn't have any oil on it, so.
Oh my god, I don't have oil on it.
So it came out of the oven, and I'm just drizzling it with a bit of olive oil.
And you've got your
I've
coriander,
got some
cilantro,
coriander. I'm just gonna kind of put that on top. Should you do a squeeze of lemon as well?
Squeeze of lemon. I'm always ready for my lemon.
Oh yeah. I didn't notice.
I've come prepared.
Have you?
Yes. Yes, I do. Oh my gosh, that looks just divine.
Yeah.
Serve one up.
Sure, I'm gonna get this one.
You got that one. That looks good.
So you've got some spinach, some tahini. Put it directly onto your plate.
It looks beautiful.
And then maybe some extra tahini.
Give me some more tahini.
Oh yeah. And then maybe like some lemon.
Because we haven't put any lemon
enough.
Yet, yeah.
Maybe like a drizzle.
Because we haven't put any oil yet.
There obviously isn't enough there. The only thing about this dish is that you need to kind of serve it soon after it comes out of the oven, because tahini once cooked doesn't sit very well. It doesn't reheat very well. So it is literally one of those things that oven to table, and then dinner's ready. But like, how quickly was that?
Yeah, that was so quickly. And this recipe came about when we were thinking of column for a recipe for one, which is so many people cook for themselves, whether they live on their own or they're just having a meal for themselves. And this in a small pan is, a 20-minute job.
Totally.
And you're done. So it's the easiest thing. People are always looking to what to do with salmon, right? It's such a popular fish. And this just opens up a whole new range of options with tahini, with za'atar, and with oven cooking. It's just as easy as it gets, really.
It's super simple. And sumac and za'atar and tahini, again, holy trinity.
Holy
they love
trinity
each
of
other.
The Middle East. And you have a Middle Eastern feast in 25 minutes. There's one person in the test kitchen that loves this fish.
She makes it at home all the time.
Does she?
All the time.
Do you think she likes it when we speak
I
about
think she
behind
would.
her back?
I've heard her say that we ate all her cookies and we owe her food. That's what I heard she said.
Okay, we did eat a lot of her cookies today.
V, do you want to have some fish with us?
I do, as it happens. I'm keeping track of how many cookies are being stolen.
Yeah, we have
many.
stolen.
I have many IOUs.
We have stolen so many of your cookies.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, I do love this one. It's just so good. It's so quick.
And V lives on her own as
And
well.
it's so easy when you cook for one to do this thing. Like it's
Totally.
it's magical. You buy your salmon already, a piece of salmon. You've got your tahini jar, and that's it. A bag of spinach.
Yeah, so easy.
The fish is perfectly cooked as well. 10 minutes is all you need. Although obviously, if you like your fish cooked more, you leave it in for longer.
But you really don't want to cook it anymore.
You really don't.
I've done this with courgettes before as well, by the way.
Oh, really?
Courgettes
Like
is-
saute the courgettes and then add the spinach. Really good.
Oh, so
courgettes
good.
and spinach.
Great idea. Have we made up for all the cookies we
You
stole? Yeah.
You may eat more as long as you pay me back with some other dish. Thank you for the fish.
Bye.
I'm out.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our OTK, Ottolenghi Test Kitchen YouTube channel, as well as the Food52 channel. See you soon.